Hello, my fellow humans. Welcome back to another transformative episode that promises to reshape how you view business finances. Today, you'll meet Alex from BeeBook, a visionary in the world of bookkeeping, who is not just crunching numbers, but redefining financial success. In today's conversation, Alex reveals how the modern bookkeeper is evolving beyond traditional roles and is using AI and innovative strategies to propel businesses into proactive financial health. Get ready to elevate your financial game with expert guidance and strategic foresight. Welcome back to our podcast. Today we have the wonderful Alex from Bookkeeping with us today.
Hello, everybody.
Alex, please tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing and how you're achieving greatness in your company.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on, Justin. I'm excited to talk all about it and just jump right in. I own BeeBook. I founded it a little over a year ago, but I've been in the bookkeeping world for about 5 or 6 years. It's just been fantastic to jump in and just help other business owners out. Bookkeeping is such an integral part of any kind of business, but a lot of people aren't aware of the value that is there beyond just the standard bookkeeping tasks that need to be done for your taxes. You know, there's so much more value there and information and insight, and I'm just showing up trying to help other people out and help people succeed in their businesses.
Hell yeah. I know a lot of out there people are using QuickBooks. They're kind of playing with hopium, hoping for the best. I know they kind of all their finances kind of get away from them the more they grow. And that kind of sucks. Can you give us some kind of tips or value you bring to them to help them be with them as they grow?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I've really been focusing on and noticing the more that I'm in this world is that a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners tend to be very reactive with their finances. They jump in and there's so many things to take on as a business owner that, you know, you're wearing a lot of hats, and sometimes the finances can get on the back burner a little bit, where it's you're working with all the cash you got and you're just kind of grinding away and not really giving it a lot of attention. And over time, as it's sitting on that back burner, it just becomes this monster that grows and grows and grows until you turn around and you're like, oh no, this is something that I don't know how to handle. And it's very reactive. And I'm really trying to help come in and help people be more proactive, get ahead of any kind of monster that can grow and turn into this big scary thing that is hard to tackle. So it's all about just being on top of it, and the importance of understanding the value and knowing the financial health of your business and really nurturing it and finding ways to help ensure that your money is working for you and it's not something that you're kind of fighting with all the time, and just really making it work for you and your business.
I hear that. I mean, I'm still learning the concept and understanding cash flow. And
Yep.
apparently in the business, cash flow is a very important concept that if you don't grasp it, you pretty much lose your business. Very strange.
Yeah, it can be scary how quickly things can turn around, where if you're really not aware of the health of your business financially, looking at, you can be looking at one number and be like, wow, we got all this money in the bank, we're doing great. And then not being aware of that actual cash flow and a ratio and how much of that is just going right back out the door. And when one little mishap can throw everything off. And I hate to see it. We're all here. I want to see people succeed in these businesses they create, these products they want to do, that they want to help other people. And, I'm just really trying to help people succeed in that as much as possible.
What are some things that you've found that kind of help people come out of that reactive mindset and get them into being more proactive in their business? Can
Yeah,
you give us a
absolutely.
couple of tips?
Yeah, that's a great question. The one thing that I've noticed that really helps is really confronting your situation, which can be hard. A lot of people will know somewhere in the back of their head that their setup isn't working very well, that there might be I'm probably spending more than I should, and but kind of that fear of opening the account a little bit and kind of just running it, and it just continues to grow and get worse and worse. So I think just kind of confronting the fact that it's something that you just have to jump in and just see how it is and find out the situation where you're at, to then get help to kind of restructure and get to that more proactive point.
It's
So
like,
I'd
how do
say,
you know when that is, though? You could keep going and going, but I'm fine. It could be years down the road. Like, but when do you know or realize, or what things are they going to see? Where, like, maybe I should reach out to someone. Maybe I should ask for help. Because
yeah,
sometimes businesses go on and they just think they're okay and they're fine.
yeah, that is another great question.
We kind of tough one there. And every business is different.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I've
Yeah.
had that happen with me myself. Like, wait, spending all this money on things, but it's not moving the needle. And my cash flow is going down. So I'm like, do I need help with this? Or is this how it's supposed to be?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I'd say once you're kind of, exactly like you said, when it's becoming something where you feel like you're putting all this money into it and you're not seeing the returns that you're expecting. And that you're constantly kind of surprised with some things that come up that you aren't prepared for. Say that your tax liability is higher than expected, or suddenly you're hit with registration fees and just things that you feel like you're constantly having surprises in your business. And of course, in the business world, things are unpredictable. There's plenty of things that we can do to again be proactive and be aware of some
Yes.
things. But there's always going to be an element of like, oh no, I wasn't expecting this to come up, and then we try to save for that and be prepared for it. But when it's to a point where it feels like more often than not, you're coming with a lot of financial surprises and scrambling around a little bit, I think that's definitely a major point of being like, okay, this is, I'm working for my money isn't working for me.
Right? Stop. Let's pay attention. What is
Yeah,
going on here?
yeah,
I feel like those systems that you have to have in place for your business kind of the same ones like we teach to have in place for yourself too. If you have the same systems in place for yourself, they kind of pour over into your business. So if you're doing things going down this road of reacting, you're probably doing that in your personal life too. So if you learn one way, hopefully it helps you the other way or vice versa. Have you seen any kind of correlation to those two things, with
yeah,
personal and
absolutely.
business?
Yeah, that's a great point. It's very common for everything to be very intertwined, especially when people take on their businesses, and that's becomes a huge part of their life. And there's a lot of crossover between their personal life and their business expenses. And there's plenty of people out there that don't realize the importance of separating the two. And so there's
Ooh,
there's there's certainly a big balance of having these two separate entities, but still having those same ideals and a foundation of an approach of how you manage them. Is definitely a balance that's important to strike.
like you said, two separate entities. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people that start businesses in the beginning, they kind of have everything together, one bank account, one number, etc. And as they grow, they kind of forget they keep it there, but they don't. I guess, when is the time to know when to separate? Or that's something you want to do in the beginning?
Immediately, as soon as possible.
Dang.
Yeah, that's
Oh, shit. I gotta look at something real quick. I'll be back.
yeah. I'm gonna schedule pencil you in for later in the day, and we'll.
Yeah, put my name down, please.
Yeah. No, it can be easy to really have a lot of commingling of those two worlds at the beginning because, like I said, you're just trying to make something work, and it's so blended with your personal life that it can be the easiest way to just have them all mixed together. But both and on a kind of foundational like accounting principle approach, they should be separated, but also beyond that, just as a structural efficiency way, you really want to kind of have those two things separated and manage well to be able to take care of each in a better sense.
You don't want to break that corporate veil or come close to it because that
Yeah,
can have profound issues down the road.
yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So all the stuff that you're saying really resonates and makes sense. I'm curious, like, how did you learn all this? Where did it come from to you started to understand the cohesion between business, personal, and
Yeah. So
yeah.
I studied through an online bookkeeping course called Bookkeep Your Lunch, and that was all geared towards this exact world, and it's been incredibly informative. And along the same lines, like you mentioned, of that crossover with personal life as well, I was drawn into that just with managing and tackling my own personal finance and really finding a passion with that of really being
I
confronted
feel
with
that.
yeah, and
Yeah.
the huge lack of financial literacy education in this country. that, very few people are taught how to manage their money just in a personal sense, let alone managing an entire, business finances. So the more that I kind of took that on to educate myself, and the more I learned about it, the more drive I've had to help other people learn that as well, because it's so important. And yet it's just consistently left up to people to take it upon themselves to go out and learn it. And we're rarely kind of
that's the issue.
given easy access to resources to help us make that happen. So the personal finance aspect is huge as well.
I couldn't agree more with that. There's a huge financial literacy problem in this world. I mean, people have such issues with it, but they're like, I'm going to go start a business. I'll make money. I'll cover it up. It'll be fine. It'll all work itself out. But little do they know that compounding of that into the business is waiting for a disaster to happen, to
Yeah,
strike. You can
absolutely.
only
There's
do that
so
for
much
so
nuance to
long.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually, this all falls apart. The way you talk about this, how you've been doing this for so long, you understand, it seems like most people take lifetimes to learn or understand, or don't even.
Yeah.
You really
Yeah.
have
I mean,
you have a really passion for doing this.
I really do. It's been very fulfilling for me just to be able to take this on for people, because, as I said before, when people jump into business on, taking on and growing a business is a huge undertaking, and you wear a lot of hats, and there's a lot of skills to have. There's a lot of work to do, and one person can't be perfect and knowledgeable in all of it. Anyone that is, the more you are, the more that I commend you, but it takes a lot of dedication and time, and it's a lot. And so both for, you know, not wanting to take the time to learn, or not having the time because you want to, work, be more working on your business rather than in it.
Yes.
I love to be able to show up and kind of take on that role and help people have to worry less about the financial health of their business and the tasks that need to be done for their compliance, but going beyond that, just to help them have more insight to be able to work on their business more rather than in it.
I like how you say that, more on the business instead of in the business, because a lot of people, they trade their 9 to 5 for like being self-employed, which they think is a business, but they took one for the other, and they're too busy with things that are not really propelling them forward, and they still
Right.
have a 9 to 5 mentality without having a business or
And
entrepreneur mindset.
and yeah, but even more than 9 to 5, it's, I've heard it said that as when you're self-employed, you're working from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. It's,
It's
you
your
know,
baby.
yeah, it is.
Yes,
And
I can see that.
and I just love being able to show up and just work with people and help take care of it, and just help nurture what they have going on and collaborate together. And it's just been incredible to be able to help people really transform the insight of the health of their business and really, really grow and reach their goals that they have and be successful. I
You
love it.
show you have a very true passion for that, which most people in this field, they only have that want or need or urge to want to truly help people, not just with like you do their finances, but help them be that leader for them in their business to actually help them grow and do and be better. Usually you have people that are like, I'll come in, pay me money, I fix this, and they leave. But
Hmm.
you have a really invested interest or passion to really truly help them. Like you can go
Absolutely.
beyond just even being their bookkeeping person. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, that I love that you brought that up, because that's really been an approach that I'm taking myself, but also that I'm seeing in the bookkeeping industry as a whole, is this big shift in what it means to be a bookkeeper. It's really the landscape is changing very quickly, and it's becoming less transactional. I feel like
Yes.
traditional bookkeeping in the past was very transactional, in that it was, okay, give me some information. I'm going to punch in some data. I'm going to give you a financial report, call it a day. That's it. And that was very important. It's very important to have that done. But with the introduction of different tools, huge AI in the
Ooh,
accounting
no.
industry has really been a big shift. And it's gotten to a point where bookkeepers have the time and the availability and the resources to do so much more for people than to just offer, a transactional service. It's much more advisory. And it's been very cool to see how much more the modern bookkeeper can offer than just data entry.
I like how you said that because I see that in a lot of other industries right now, like we're coaches or confidants, where that person to kind of help guide them, not just transactional. I like how you said that.
Yeah,
We
it's been
want more
interesting to
now as
hear.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting to hear people talk about the rise of AI in accounting and no, bookkeepers are going to lose their job and this is going to be huge and everyone's got to look out and you just got to jump ship and find a different industry. And it's like, I don't
Nope.
know where this like negativity is coming from in this mindset because this is great news for me. The introduction of AI as a tool for my bookkeeping is fantastic because now I can spend less time, sitting at my computer doing data entry, which is all necessary for me to be able to do the work
So
of producing.
mundane.
Right. And it's necessary. It's extremely necessary to be able to produce very accurate and thorough reports that I can then use to then get into the insight aspect and the advisory, like this is what everything means. But the more that access that I have to tools that can handle that kind of thing for me gives me so much more time and energy to spend with being advisory and be like, hey, like this is all taken care of now. Now we can take all this information and we can run with it. We can find weak points in your finances. We can find ways to grow your profit. We can find all these things that we can take care of. And I have so much more time to offer to you because I have these tools available to help me take care of that. And so it's been really cool to see this shift because there's so much more that I feel like should be expected from a bookkeeper now. I mean, there's so much more that we have
100.
access to, and I think it's time to expect more from your bookkeeper because of that.
Amen. Dang, I could have said that better. I like how you talked about the mindset of AI because, like you said, if you don't use it, it will use you. So therefore, you're gonna be using it against you. Meaning, if you don't get on board with using it for your business to help people, you're gonna pretty much be put out of business. And the way you're going about doing that is the right mindset to have with AI.
Yeah,
You have
yeah,
more time to really be human to other human beings to help humans with human problems.
absolutely. That's a great
Yes.
way of putting it. I've heard it said that AI is going to take your job, but someone using AI
No.
is.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wait, can you say that again? What was that?
AI isn't going to take your job, but someone using AI is.
Ooh, that's powerful right there. And that is so true. 'Cause even like in my industry, we talk about that a lot. I mean, it's the same thing. Pretty much you're buying back your time with it
Absolutely.
to really be there for people, being present with them. And a lot of us nowadays, we miss that in leadership and companies that we're involved with. People forget how to really be present. It's too transactional, like you were saying. And that's kind of what sets you apart from everyone else. And this, what you're doing is what we need more in this industry and in other industries going forward. It's profound.
Yeah, it really is, and an incredible tool that if used correctly is just really changing everything up, and it's exciting to see where things are headed. But yeah, it's definitely a balance. It's definitely, like you said, it's important to view it as a tool to be able to free up more of your time to have more of that kind of one-on-one connection and be more personable. I think it's been easy for a lot of people to use it as a way becoming less personal and more transactional because then they have this tool
Yes.
that can just do all the work for them and then not have to actually be speaking with anybody or there's definitely a balance there. But at least in the accounting industry, I'm just seeing it as this huge bonus that is really, you know, freeing up my ability to be there with people and create connections with people and collaborate. And so it's just an exciting time.
I would never have thought about this from my accountant ever, say like 15 years ago, even
Oh
5
yeah.
years ago. I'm profoundly amazing the direction that we're going in with this. Are you taking any direction with your business to do more than just accounting? Like, is it like a starting off point, or do you have more dreams to shape it into something else, something bigger?
Yeah, that's a great question. I've already been viewing myself more so as a financial advisor more than a bookkeeper. And bookkeeping is a big tool because it's important for that to be taken care of. And I love to be able to get that aspect taken care of. But beyond that, growing to a point of being much more advisory and connecting people with resources to help them grow as well. So I'm constantly growing what I'm able to offer since I have more time available with how efficiently I'm able to get books taken care of. It's been growing much more into, business advisory as well, of getting to a point where it's like, okay, we've produced these financial reports based off of your, tidied up books. And now there's these weak points in your business that we can see through that. And now I'm going to spend time finding ways to connect you with resources to help fix all of those things. So that's everything from, seeing that maybe they want to increase their cash flow and their revenue. So I'm going to find ways to help them market better or connect them with people connect them with other professionals that can help them in ways that I can't. And so I'm constantly growing my network to be able to connect people with different resources to help them reach those goals, and really viewing our relationship as being very holistic. And again, that being a shift from it being less transactional and more holistic in the sense of getting to know really deeply what these people that I'm working with are looking for, both in their personal life and out of their business. And as much as I can, connecting them with resources that are going to help make that happen.
Very well said. I've definitely seen that shift in these industries right now. And you're doing very good work with that. You're becoming that leader these businesses need. And that's truly amazing. I'm hoping other people can learn this from you as well. For other people are in accounting or any other business, and they're just getting started, what are some kind of advice or tips that you can give them that would say hey, where you were to get to where you are now?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say finding that balance as much as possible of getting help and support from other people while also offering any value that you can to create community. That has been huge for me in growing because, as I mentioned before, when you start a business, you wear a lot of hats and you can't handle all of it. And it can really just take getting help and asking for help in certain areas. And of course, that can be difficult to manage when it's early on. You don't have a lot of cash flow and you don't have a lot to be able to offer. But just talking with people and finding ways to offer value to each other and help each other out is this incredible way to both scale in a sense of early on of being able to scale quicker, while also building a community and creating relationships with people to support each other. That's just what it always comes down to for me with business. And the more that I love to be able to talk with other people about what they do and find ways to help them is that, we all just need to help each other out ultimately.
Yeah.
And there's just so much that we can do for each other beyond just pushing product and trying to sell.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That's why I find myself as well here with this. There's so many people out, there's so many products, so many people sell products, but you set yourself apart from those products with your philosophy and how you're trying to build these people up and their businesses. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, I want to thank you for coming on here today. Is there anything that you'd like to leave, any last impression you'd like to leave on our audience today?
Ultimately, I would say at whatever stage you're at in your business, it will always be very important to take some time to stay on top of your financial situation and build a good foundation. It's always within reach to be proactive and get ahead of it and keep from having this money monster growing behind you.
I don't have one of those.
Yeah. And just build that foundation, get help, and create relationships to help grow and go from there. And things are on their way.
That is absolutely, truly, profoundly amazing. I remember I met you on a Liable and we connected. There's a reason for that. Yeah, that same level of intelligence and understanding how to truly lead your life and help other people lead their businesses. That's really, truly profound. It's something that's missing so much in business today. We have business and we have personal. And it's really, they do really kind of go together because your personal life reflects and vice versa. So yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
People want to reach out and they want to work with you. They're like, hey, I want to hire this person. They're amazing. How can they reach out to you? Where can they find you?
Yes, absolutely. I am on LinkedIn under Alex Moore and BeeBook Pro. I also have a website at beebookpro.com, and I am just happy to hear from anybody that needs help. Even if, for whatever reason, I'm not a good fit with somebody, I am always, as much as possible, trying to connect people with anyone else that I know that can help people out. And I know plenty of bookkeepers in different industries, and I'm just ready to support whoever I can. So I'd be happy to hear from anybody that would love to chat more.
Hell yeah. Hopefully they're all going to be amazing as you. And if they're
Well, right.
not, you can teach them. I believe in you.
Okay.
We can shape these industries to be more profound in leadership and going in that right direction.
Yeah, I'm ready. We're doing it.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Alex, for coming on here today. It's been truly a blessing.
Yes, thank you so much,
Appreciate
Justin, for
your
having
time.
me. I really
Hope you
appreciate it.
enjoyed your first episode.
It was a blast. Thank you so much for having me.
Hell yes, it went down for the record books.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Hey, you too, Justin. Thank you.